Okay. Hope everybody's having a good day. Yeah, I know I'm late. I know I'm about like 15 minutes late, but I apologize for that. I'm not usually like this late, but I had to go out and touch some grass today because Chinese New Year's around the corner, and they're holding like a festival near me, so I decided to go today because I need to go out every so often just to take a walk. Hey, Flame Bro, you're having a good night. But yeah, I took like I don't know. I walked around the festival for like 2 hours or so just to see what's up. But it wasn't like a whole lot of exciting stuff going on. Even for like Chinese New Year's, there was like a ton of people. So I basically just there was like a ton of people waiting in line just to get like free stuff. Like it's just like free plastic bags or like free pins. Like they spin this wheel just to have a chance at that, and the line's like 30 minutes long. I always wonder why. Like, do you guys do you go to like festivals or like fairs or carnivals just to redeem like free stuff? Like for me, I feel like that's not something I would do, because the amount of time you need to wait just to have a chance at something. No. See, like I usually don't go out very often, but when I do, I can't help but feel like there's like wonder why people do that. And there were like long lines at different food stalls, but one thing that that my dad said kind of was kind of true, but it's also sort of realistic in a way. He said that if there's no people waiting out at the food stalls, it's probably not good. And the ones that have like long lines are the ones that are good. And we actually, my dad pointed that out because there were some food stalls that didn't have as many customers, even though they served almost the exact same type of food. Yeah, they serve a variety of things. Oh, today we're gonna be having like a bit of a shorter stream because I've only gotten like 4 hours of sleep last night. Mostly because I had to. I'm like really addicted to Powerworld. Yeah, like so much addicted that I have like a couple video ideas on it. Oh, that and I had to like work on some videos, so. Yeah, I apologize for the shorter stream schedule, but I'll do the best that I can. I just hope you guys are having a good night so far, or a good weekend. All right, I think last we left off was the decrepit house. I don't know what it's called. Let me jump into the game. I actually had to reinstall it. Okay. Let me shrink down. Yeah. It's kind of ominous in a way that the menu screen doesn't really have any music. It's kind of ominous. Yeah, but apparently the last house we cleaned was called the detached house, and we're about like 74% of the way there. So I think we can get this done, and maybe one other part, maybe like a car or a motorcycle or something. You know, like I don't really go to like festivals very often, mostly because I have this fear of getting like pickpocketed. Because there's like so many people there. You guys know what I mean? Wait, give me 1 second. Oh, actually, I can't do that from here. You know, it's okay. I was gonna try and lower the volume, but I don't think it's actually that loud. If it is, feel free to tell me to turn it down. But one thing that was kind of surprising to me was, I know like COVID is technically still a thing, but majority of people nowadays, they don't really use any of those COVID masks. Like, do you guys still wear like COVID masks whenever you guys go out? It used to be a restriction, but like I feel like now everybody kind of just adapted to it. While some people do still wear them, majority of people don't. For the most part, I would say that maybe like every time I go out, like personally speaking, I just wear the masks because I don't like I do it for my own safety. And somebody decided to bring down my ladder again. Nice. But yeah, every single time I go out, like just I'm not like a germaphobe or anything. I don't really have a fear of it. I just do it for like a safety precaution. That and my parents also do that as well. So it kind of causes me to do it because I'd be like the odd one out. Only if I have a cold or something. See, my logic though is like we had like those COVID vaccines that we took like during like 2021 and 2022. And I figured by doing that we wouldn't have to necessarily use the masks because that's the whole point of the vaccine, right? To protect you against the virus. But I found that even without the mask, like I haven't gotten COVID once. Like maybe it's because of the vaccine, or maybe it's a combination of that and the masks. But like even when I'm around near people for like the past 4 years, I've never contracted the virus whatsoever. You guys weren't sick with it, were you? Like at one point? I know it might depend. Like, some people might think it's not COVID. For some people, it could be the flu. But I've also heard stories that the COVID virus has, like, mutated. So now it has different strains. And maybe some strains are less dangerous than others. Oh, I also saw like a short the other day on YouTube. I think it was on like what type of imaginary companies would you work for? It's like companies that don't exist but have like really good benefits. It could be like any type of media out there. Like I'll give you one example. So like say for example like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Yeah, I used to want to work there just to see what kind of creations they have in the factory, but I know for a fact that it doesn't exist in real life. And I think like most people when they were kids, they had like a sweet tooth of some kind. So I'd say personally for me, that's my go-to job if I had the opportunity to. But I'm not gonna work as like an Oompa Loompa. Or if you don't want to say like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, you could say something like really cool. Like maybe like Stark Industries, like for Iron Man. You get to see like a ton of high-tech stuff. Or you could be in the process of creating something that's really cool. It's like fictional, but at least you get to know that you get to work there. And you get to see what goes on. It's this it's not too loud, is it? Because if it is, I'd have to lower it. It's all good. See, my worry is like whenever I stream something and like within the first 5 minutes, like a couple times I've done it. I've just like streamed to, and then like I had the mic on, and I was totally muted. And nobody said anything, and I just went on for like 10 minutes, just doing the intro. So that's my main worry, because a lot of times, at least from what I've seen, if you're like a streamer, people don't really tell you about like the quality of like your audio or like the quality of the stream. I guess to say it's kind of they tune in for like the person that they're watching most likely. Okay. It is looking good. Oh yeah, I heard Wizard 101's gonna have like some sort of update with like a nightmare dungeon. So I don't know what's going on with that or when they're gonna release it. But I'm hoping to see what kind of what kind of brand new thing that they're gonna show. Cause allegedly they're gonna make it like really difficult. But somehow the rewards don't exactly fit the description. So that's one thing I'm kind of curious about. We're really getting the grime off this this rooftop here. I was wondering, do you guys like do you guys ever pay for convenience or do you always pay for quality? Because for me, I always pay for like convenience. Like, I don't really go out and eat, like go out to restaurants to eat. I usually just stay at home to eat. And the same goes for, like eating pizza. Like, when I eat pizza, I just buy, like, a frozen pizza from, like, Ralph's or, like, Albertsons. And I don't really do anything to go to, like, a pizza restaurant, like Domino's. I think, there's, like, a pizza brand that has, like, a saying called, like, it's not frozen, it's DiGiorno. Are you eating at home? Oh. Hey, Jury. Hope you're having a good night so far. I'm very tired. I'm very tired. I only got like 4 hours of sleep last night. Long day? Kind of. I was playing a lot of Pow Worlds, and when I knew it, it was already like 4 a.m. or so, and then I was gonna edit videos, and then it became like 6 a.m. And then after that, I only got like 4 hours of sleep. After that, I went to like a Chinese New Year festival, and I walked around there for like a couple hours. So I'm working on a couple hours here. You got tired of Pal World? No, I haven't gotten tired yet. What the hell? I'm only beginning. That's when the game starts. The game gets good when you're 20 hours in, supposedly. See, it's like the runner's second sprint. I think that's what it's called, the second wind. It's like when you run like for 30 minutes and then suddenly you get like a burst of energy. Yeah, that's the same thing for MMO players. Alright, the game doesn't begin until you put in at least like a couple, like maybe 20 or 30 hours. There's still a lot for me to learn about the game. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot. Let me hold on. Let me put Jury's channel in the description. I mean, not description. Yeah, I hope that link's alright. Yeah, if you're new and you want to be a VTuber, make sure to subscribe to Jury. She also has like right now she's focusing mainly on streams, but she'll have like a couple videos out. Maybe by the end of the year, most likely. Yeah. But she'll get him. I have confidence. Oh, she's also doing like a Pokemon Showdown stream. I think it's a stream. I don't know. But if you're interested in that and you want to play Pokemon Showdown with some other Poke veterans, then make sure to go visit her Discord. I think you'll find all the information there. Either that or she'll have like a stream next week. And you could just poke your head out and talk to her about that in the stream. This game is boring. That's what it's supposed to be. Of course it's boring. The game is supposed to be boring. Oh, also, how are you doing, Bob Limp Sr.? Yeah, I won't watch either. You are the only one I need, little boy. Okay, now you guys are creeping me out. But what was I saying before about like frozen pizza? Yeah, for me, I don't really eat out a whole lot. I just like eat like for me, I just like eat like home cooked meals a lot of the time, even if they include rice, and I hate that shit. I really do. It's not something that I particularly like, and I've said this so much. But at the very least, it's not only like cost effective. You save like a lot of money from just like not eating out. But I get to spend it on other things too. I love rice. I'm not Asian. Well, it doesn't matter. I don't really like rice. Every single Asian person that I've ever met said they really like rice, which is kind of surprising. It's weird to me that they like it because they eat it every single day. It's like you're bound to some sort of like contract, this like some sort of innate contract that you're socially obligated to eat this one thing every single day. Like for sometimes for like breakfast and then lunch and dinner. Like they don't have to eat it, but they do. It's just it's weird to me. Thoughts on the presidential election? Man, I don't even know who's doing what in like the parties anymore. I don't really keep up with politics, man. It's not because people tend to like fight or like argue over stuff. It's just that when you talk about like there's just like so many candidates nowadays that want to be like in this what I mean to say is like there's so many people vouching or vowing to do stuff, and then for the most part they're not gonna go through with it, which is like for me it's just like what politicians are. So there's never like anyone out there that can do what they say or plan to do. So that's mainly why I don't really keep up with politics. That, and when people start to argue, it's like chill out, man. It's like it's whatever. Thoughts on Wiz latest info about new dungeon that's coming February? Can it arrive sooner? I don't know about February. That's a little too late. But I talked about this a little earlier. Allegedly, they're making it a bit more difficult, which they don't need to make it difficult. They just need to make it fun. Yeah, some things that developers tend to get wrong, and this is like due in part with experience and like game design. Difficulty doesn't exactly make it fun. You guys know what I mean? It just like difficulty just makes it frustrating. The hard part is just coming up with what's fun and what's not frustrating. I love rice myself. You love rice? Ew. That's kind of nasty. Yeah, I don't really like rice. I don't I don't want to say I hate it, but like if I were to eat it every day, I'd hate it. Like maybe once in a blue moon, that'd be fine. But goddamn, dude. Every single day? Hey, Greenleaf. Hope you're having a good night. I hope I said hello to everybody. Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot to say hello to Frosty. But yeah, hope you're having a good night too. How are you doing, Greenleaf? Ooh, Tab actually highlights this. Yeah, I didn't know this because I have like a muscle memory when I played Pal World that the controls just literally fit like this. It feels like Pal World. Yeah, but I have some ideas planned for Pal World. All I need to do is kind of execute it. And I've done a little bit of research. And when I thought of doing this with like Pokemon, like it's a no-go. That's something I can't do with it. But for Pal World I can. I don't know if you guys have played it yet, but it's like so versatile in what you can do with the game. More so than what Pokemon can offer. You're not limited to like the basic combat. You could just like either go in combat yourself or have your pal fight with you. You just gotta do homework. What kind of homework? You keeping your grades up? You getting the straight A's? You becoming a good boy? I don't know. What if I was to ever become like a dad someday, I would never be like, "Well, how's school, son? How'd you do on the test? You get straight A's? Nice." And they give them like a pat on the back. To me, it just seems like awkward. It doesn't seem like natural or anything. You know what's one thing I've always wondered about? So if you guys were to become like fathers someday, or like a dad, or like a mom, it's like how do you call your kids, right? Do you just call them son, or do you call them by their name? Like it's the same thing with like the whole daughter thing too. Like you wouldn't say, "Hey daughter." Like that was just it sounds weird. Like I feel like obviously you would just call them by their name, right? Or I don't know, maybe you'd give them like a kind of like a pet name, I guess. Nice. Alright. This is looking pretty good so far. We're 90% of the way done. Oh, wait, you guys can't see it. Hold on. Let me drag that down. Whoops. There. Okay. Yeah, we're 90% of the way done. But yeah, I've heard about the new dungeon for Wizard 101. I'm not really too excited, but like more so because we have like a lot more stuff to do, and it's like a never-ending process of playing the game and having to like get this gear and then like grind it out. I feel the same way with like every other MMO. Like for me, like when you're done with something, you just find you want to find like new ways to do other things in the game, to not feel like bored because you no longer have any goals. Like for some people, when they're done with like questing, they get into like the side activities, like monstrology or like gardening, or like some of the event-based activities. But let's be honest though, okay? Everybody's just gonna play the dungeon for the gear. Nobody's gonna play it for the story. I don't know. Will you guys ever play like something for the story? Everybody's just kind of hyped up for the gear that you get. It's the same thing. I feel like it's like the same thing with like horde packs. The reason why people buy them is because they wanna get like gear, and they wanna like mix and match stuff. And it's less to do about like fashion. And I'm sure there's like a couple people out there that will buy like packs for fashion, but I'm pretty sure they buy it for the stats. You know, it's one thing I've also been wondering. So, for me, back when I was a kid, I didn't really have that many friends, and when I did, like for me, I always like moved from school to school. But do you guys ever keep in touch with people that you meet? Like back when you were like maybe like 6 or 7 years old? Like I've had a couple of childhood friends that I've known for a little while, but we don't really keep in touch all that much. Yeah, the only reason though why we ever became childhood friends was because our moms knew each other somehow. Maybe like through the school system. I forget why. I forget exactly why, but we were somewhat close, but somehow we just kind of drifted apart. But the weird thing though is like I did reconnect to them in high school. So I knew them very well when they were like kids. We were like really somewhat close. But when I went off to like a different school, and like 10 years or so years later, we we somehow met in like the same high school, and it was like freshman year. For him though, he was like really shy. Even though I knew him, and I feel like he still somewhat knew me, he was like really shy. He was like shy, tall, but stiff as a board. And it's really weird because like back when we were kids, he wasn't like that. Like he was somewhat talkative, and like he wanted to be friends with mostly everybody. But somehow in high school that all changed, which is it's weird. He became like a brick wall that when you talk to him, he doesn't really respond back. He just kind of stares and looks at you. And I know it's kind of weird to say that because normally you'd expect like a response back. But like I tried reaching out to them so many times, but they were like maybe like really shy, or they became like a mute, or like had some sort of midlife crisis or something. Not midlife crisis. Maybe something traumatized them. I wouldn't know. I haven't seen none of my childhood friends in years. I only keep touch with a few friends from high school. I've also never kept touch with anybody that I've met in high school as well. Mostly because I did have like a couple people that wanted to be my friends, but I know this sounds edgy, but back in high school, I used to be like a loner kid. I just kind of kept to myself and did everything by myself. I didn't really have a need to socialize with other people or to have friends. So there were like multiple groups of people. There were like the jocks, the musicians. There weren't any nerds, not that I know of. All the nerds basically studied up during lunch, like became the teacher's pet. But I've never really been part of any social group whatsoever. And I don't know if you guys had or have been identified as one. I know there's like common stereotypes like cheerleaders and like football players or like athletes. But I've never been part of that. Are you sure? No, I knew them. I knew them quite well. Yeah, we used to play together all the time, like as kids. But somehow it doesn't translate well if you. Well, I guess if you've been away for I don't know 9, 10 years. But I'm pretty sure they still remember me. Like you can't not remember your childhood friend, right? Like if you haven't seen your childhood friend in like over 10 years, would you still recognize them? I have a feeling you would. Like I know times have changed and maybe they have changed. But like the look on the outside, I'm pretty sure hasn't. Man, I don't remember half my school life. It's so hazy in my head. For me, it's basically the same thing. But the only fond memories I've had of high school was guitar class and video game design class. Those were literally the only two classes that I somewhat enjoyed. Yeah, I forgot why we had like a video game design class, but we had this like one teacher that was a quote-unquote gamer. I don't know if you guys think they're a gamer because they said that they played Candy Crush. So they got inspired by it, so they became a teacher and taught video game design. So yeah, that's her. I believe that's the reason why she became a teacher. Yeah, but in the class we learned like a lot about designing games and how much work and effort goes into it, but also how much time it takes. Every so often we'd hold like video game tournaments. It's such a fun class because it's not just like the work you put in by like by like making games, but also you get to play them, to quote unquote test them, I guess. Even though in actuality you're just kind of fucking around and playing it. But the greatest thing about video game design class was I would always take the time off because since we're designing like video games, I would just play Wizard 101 like half the time. So essentially, it's like an extra what is it, class session to do whatever you want. Essentially, it's just like a free class. Oh yeah, that class was really cool. I wonder if the same teacher is still teaching there. Whoever gets in that class is really lucky because a lot of people at the time when this was a thing, a lot of people wanted to get into the class, but only a select few could because it was really limited. Yeah, it was like sort of an experiment that hasn't been done before. So I think by now there's like a lot of video game design classes since it's been a while since then. But back then it used to be like an experimental class because a lot of teachers were skeptical that you could play games or like teach people how to make games like in high school. Because most of the teachers there, they just believe that the students would just like play games and not really do anything at all. But in that class, they are true about playing a lot of games. But I learned more so about like programming and a lot of mathematics and different types of programming languages. Which basically led me to college and why I became which why I disliked computer programming. Do you have a Discord server of your own? Yeah, it's literally in the description. I don't know why, but for some reason, some people like some people have asked like if I have like an Instagram or like where do I stream, like those type of question is like really weird. I can't tell if they're like joking or not because it's like when I stream every week on YouTube, I feel like maybe some people don't see it, or either they're just like asking an obvious question. But I do read a lot of comments that say, "Oh, where do you stream?" So it's really weird. I like to think that they're probably joking, but I don't know. It kind of worries me. Okay, I think for this one we need to go full auto. Let me attach the short extension. Look at that. We're literally searing the mold off. Okay. Yeah, it's looking good. We just have a couple things left. You know, this highlighting option is actually invaluable, because it just tells me where the dirt is. I wish I knew that sooner. Alright. Oh wait, no, hold on. Maybe I can do it with this nozzle. See, I'm learning, guys. I was wondering, like, this just popped into my mind. Do you guys think, like, college is important? I think that's, like, the big ticket answer for everybody. And a lot of opinions tend to vary for this. Because for some people it's different depending on your current circumstances and what you intend to do with it. Depends on what field you want to go. See, that's the thing about it. But I feel like college is sort of invaluable. Like, my take on it though is college is invaluable for the experience of making a connection there, but also seeing what the real world is all about. And I know you can like go out and get a job when you turn 18 and like work retail and you could experience real life that way. But I feel like college, you get to experience not only you in like a space that you've never been in before, but you're along the ride with like other people who share the same experience as you. So they're all nervous. They're kind of nervous as to to their what they're gonna do and what they're gonna major in. So I feel like college for that aspect is really good, not only for you to socialize with like other people, but being able to to apply that to what you're gonna do later on. What I'm trying to say, I guess, is like to make connections, right? Can I not put this here? Okay, nice. But I do agree with you on like the whole field thing. For some people, some degrees aren't necessarily worth it. I mean, you could still take the classes and try to get the piece of paper that says you did it. But there's like some majors I feel like you don't necessarily need a degree. But more so it's just to show that you did hard work, and maybe it's good for your resume or something. I don't know. Maybe in like the social aspect, sure. Like there's some people who choose to pursue like art degrees, which I don't know. I personally don't know anybody who pursues like an art degree, but I can tell you right now, you don't really need a degree to tell you that you can draw. So you are right about like the field of, well, certain fields. I am in the voice chat. There is no one there. Well, yeah, because nobody's playing anything right now. Now, unless you try to hit up somebody. Oh my god. Oh, you have to be so oddly specific. Okay, there we go. Oh wait, hold on. What if I put the soap nozzle? Yeah, I'll put the soap nozzle on, and then I'll do like I'll do the 40-degree nozzle. Will that work? Okay, that works. Nice. I want to show you my receding hairline live. Okay. It's really weird. That took care of like most of the grime. Kind of. Oh, yeah, I forgot. When I went to like the Chinese New Year festival, my dad was like, "Here, have like $10." Even though I already make money, but he was like, "Here, have $10." So he tried to give me it, but I said no, and he immediately put it back into his pocket. But somehow, when we got home, he realized that he lost his $10. Like maybe he pulled out his phone somehow, and then the $10 slipped and it dropped on like the street somewhere. So yeah, that's how you can lose $10. And he was like, you should have just taken the $10. Yeah, he wanted to do like some sort of father-son thing. Like, he was really trying, but he didn't really need to do that. If I wanted to buy something, I could just buy it. Can I put the ladder here? What? No, I can put it over here. There's also like another question I wanted to ask you guys. If you had the opportunity to go back in time to change one thing, would you do that, or would you just go roll with like the punches and go with life and well just basically change nothing? For most people, everybody has like regrets of some kinds, but for me, I don't really have any regrets at all. Like none at all. Like I say none at all because we've all like made mistakes, but we usually just move on from that. So that, at least that's my reasoning behind it. So if I fucked up, then you know that's my fault. You live, you learn, and depending on what it is, you forget. Maybe not like something serious as like murder. Maybe you won't forgive that. But I wouldn't know. I haven't really done any of that sort. Nothing? Oh my god, there's so much crap. This one's so dirty. And here I thought I did a deep cleaning on this. Oh god, ew. Did I ever tell you guys back when I was a kid, I was like really such a cleanliness freak? Is that the right term for it? I was like a really clean kid at a certain point in my life that wanted to make everything sparkle and like fresh. So I'd always take like 4 showers a day and use like a ton of shampoo, conditioners, and body wash. But as I got older, I realized that most of that stuff isn't gonna be important. And I was gonna get dirty anyways. So I just learned to just do normal stuff. Yeah, I forget when I stopped, but that's basically what happened. Man, you really gotta get in there for the gutters. Okay, what else is there? I'm actually pretty glad I have this this tab here. How do I approach this? Is there something under it? Opinion on dual streaming. Curious since I don't know if you ever heard your reasoning. If I ever heard your reasoning. Well, I thought you knew my reasoning. I thought it's stupid. I ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing. I think it's stupid. If you have like a small audience, or if anybody has like a small audience of some kind, you have like a maximum of, I don't know, 10 people, you try to dual stream, you're not really gonna do anything with that. Because it's essentially trying to manage like two communities, one on Twitch, one on YouTube, or I don't know, one on like a different platform. And that stuff is just super difficult. Then why do you keep sending it to me? Because it's interesting. It's interesting, that's why. Yeah, the interesting part, though, is that they're able to balance it somehow. So, with them, they basically have equal footing on both platforms, which is weird. So I don't know how they're able to do that. I was basically gonna try and explain my reasoning behind it. But I figure it was better for you to see it rather than just like me mentioning it. What's considered equal? Roughly the same viewership on both. Not like roughly the same, but about like maybe like 75%. With YouTube being the larger portion. It was late when you sent it? There's no such thing as late. I thought you were a gamer. What happened? Are you no longer this gamer? You become a normie? There's an app that lets you see messages from all platforms. An app that lets you see from all platforms? I haven't seen it before, but I do know that like Apple has like this way to like clutter up your email. Yeah, they have the app for it, and I have like over 30,000 messages. For some reason, I don't know why. I don't know how to clear that. But if you ever own an Apple, just switch to an Android. Well, that was like a long time ago, though. I've since switched to an Android, and things have gotten a lot better. Supposedly, I don't know if this is true or not. Supposedly, Apple, like if you have an older model or like an older phone, they purposely make it slow down, and they make it worse. What I mean by that is they made like the running times worse and the loading times worse. Sort of like a tactic to get you to buy like the newest model, I guess. Yeah, for my mom, she has like an iPhone 5S. Not 5S. She has like the big iPhone 5. iPhone 5 Plus, I think that's what it's called. Even with what it kind of creates, it's a strange environment for both community. Yeah, it's really awkward. Because you'd have to talk to two of your chats, right? Not just like on YouTube, but on Twitch. It's like how do you do that? How do you manage that, right? Especially if like one platform's really socialized. Like one platform basically it's sort of like overwhelming, at least for me. Like I feel like I can only ever handle like a couple messages at a time, but I can't really handle like 10 messages or something like flying by, or like whenever they come by, I can't read all of them at once. So I hate that because I can't read every single one, or I do miss like one, and somebody like decided to talk in the chat and I didn't really get that. Sometimes that does happen with the Wizard 101 streams. Sometimes, not all the time. So it's just kind of frustrating. I think the lifespan of a phone is something that naturally happens. You can always replace the battery if you want. Well, my mom's phone is slow as shit. I keep telling her to upgrade to like an Android or something, but she says, I'm gonna get a new iPhone. I'm gonna make that $1,500 or some shit. Yeah, she's like somewhat stubborn in her ways, even though the best course of option is just to get a regular phone. Yeah, she does a lot of stupid shit. And I know you're like, oh, you gotta be respectful of your parents, but no, they do stupid shit all the time. I think an iPhone is easier for old people than Android. I mean, do you have an Android or do you have an iPhone? Oh, I know what Yuri has. I know what you have. You can be honest with me. You have like an old flip phone probably. Yuri's from the 90s. Oh, I have a BlackBerry. It's an antique. Can you imagine if like people nowadays still use those things? It becomes like a new trend. Like old is new. I had both. You use VTube Studio on webcam? Yeah, why wouldn't I use that? What do you use? You use your phone? Don't tell me you use that. Okay, this is where the grime was. Man, how are you supposed to get that? Like, there's no way you could spray it from the top. Yeah, but I don't really use my phone all that much for VTube Studio. I did when I started. I thought the tracking was fine. But, like, for me, if I use my phone too long, at least when I first started, it would just get really hot. So, never, not anymore. I don't really use that. Oh my god, how much grime is there? Holy shit. Okay, nice. Alright, what the hell else is left? Man, there's still stuff that I'm missing? I'm pretty sure the chimney and everything else on top is done. Oh. Okay. I need wooden trims, the railings, and driveway edges. Railings. Oh. I don't look that... Oh. I see. Okay. Man, this is very rough. Like there's so much gunk and like in the tightest of spaces. Oh my god. And another thing, if the house is gonna get like dirty from a volcano, why the fuck didn't it destroy it? Why did it just have to make it dirty? Oh my god. Okay, well at least I'm getting really close. We got 6 more of these. To be fair though, I've actually done a lot worse than just this house. I think it took me 30 minutes just to find like one spot. Okay, I see the trims. Okay, okay, I see. So I need to do all the trims down here. Just missing one more. Oh my god, where is it? Maybe I gotta highlight it. Man, oh wait, I see. Okay. I see it now. Nice. Alright, where's the railing? I see you. You little dirty barnacle. Oh, it's a lot dirtier than I thought. Oh wait, okay, I see. It compasses the whole thing. Alright. Man, I really gotta get up in there, huh? I don't know, looks pretty clean to me. Oh wait, okay, I see, I see. It's this part too. Holy crap. Oh, okay, okay, I see, I see. What if I use this instead? I mean, it's not doing it any faster. This is a stubborn little railing, huh? Holy shit. Oh, we're so close. Oh, come on. Man, I gotta make this shit sparkle, huh? What else can I add here? Maybe add some soap? Why you gotta make it sparkle? Because the game will not advance until I clean the railing. It just needs a little bit more, and then we'll be finished with the house. It's at 99%. Yeah, so it's essentially, if you don't do this, you don't get paid. So, well, that's how I think of things. Oh, I literally just wish I could find, like, the right place. There's, like, so many, though. But I've sprayed it so many times. Like, all the other areas of the house that I've had to clean, they've never had to be this specific. Like this one wants every single spot done. Holy crap. I'm literally blasting the stains off. I'm probably blasting the paint off too. How oddly specific. Oh my god, okay. Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god. That was so tedious getting this one railing. Everything else was fine. The wooden trims weren't all that bad. They were just around the house, but goddamn, this one railing. I don't know. I wish I could tear it down. Make like a simple railing. Just make walls. That way you don't have to get grime everywhere. I'm craving rice. Don't say that. We don't do that here. No rice. Okay, I don't know. I'm just gonna call it a night here because I'm just like really, really tired. Like I need to get more sleep. It's kind of like at the point where when you stay up too long, your brain functions at like 10% or like 5% or something. So right now my brain's functioning at like less than that, like 5%. So it's hard to like process stuff and stay awake at the same time. Yeah, but I'm sorry to everybody who wanted me to stream a little bit longer. I apologize for that. But I want to thank you all for tuning in. I do really appreciate it. All right. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Yeah, but thank you all. Hope you all have a good night. You take care, and I'll see you next week. I'll figure out the schedule then. Maybe we'll play a bit more Power World, and then we'll continue with some DLCs for Powerwash Simulator. But yeah, thank you all. Have a good night. You take care. Bye bye. Man, even my brain's trying to have a hard time getting, it's trying to get a hard time at the end screen.